Sénégal. Jana to get over son manga jungle get the bush the fire. The elef the tology examining a sala am the fit of Mugana.
Denial, permission, an obligation, a prohibition. What are these words? As long as you get mature in the English language, as you go out there, you're often going to hear these words. Denial. It's been denied. You need to seek permission. It's an obligation. You have prohibited. What are the definitions of these words? Today, we're going to start off with denial. Denial. What does that mean to be denied? Oh, I applied for a visa to go to France and I was denied. Denied. It's simple. Denied. What is the definition of denial? It means, denial, it's simple. It means you are contrary to something. Denial means you are being refused either something, or it could be that it's an action in which something or someone denies you something. That's a denial. You know, you are contrary, or if someone says something, you probably don't want to agree with that person. So you're probably contrary to something someone has said, you're contrary to someone, or something, it's been denied to you, or it's been rejected. That is the definition of denial. Denial. And the similarity to denial, the similarity or synonym could be refusal, contradiction, sometimes even a rejection, these are the similarities to denial. Denial. It's been refused. It's been refused something. It's an act of being refused something. Or you're contrary. Or you're contrary. Or you refuse something said by someone. Something said, I'm sorry, this is my S. Something said or done. That's a denial. For example, I was denied or refused the American visa. So denial, like I said, it's been a rejection, it's been a contradiction of what someone said or something. It could be a refusal, it's an act of refusal of either someone said something or someone. And these are examples. I was denied, I was refused, I was rejected. Denial is something negative. Denial is often negative. It's not a positive thing, you know. And then contradictions is when probably you say something and I don't totally agree with it. I'm contrary to what you said. That is another form of denial. You know, rejection is as a result of denial. If I am being denied a visa, if I am being denied a good mark, it means I'm being rejected. If I'm not chosen, I'm being rejected. So it's consequences of denial. So that is denial. Let's go now to permission. Let's go to permission. Permission. What is permission? And oftentimes, permission is often used by models. And we're going to look at the models. Permission. Permission is when you are being granted access. It's positive. It's the contrary of denial. You're being granted access. It's a yes to something, or you're being asked. So permission could be, either asking or being granted. And we're going to look at it. What are some of the models for permission? For permission, we use. Let's start with can. Can is a model. Can it's a coin or two sides or two heads, let me put it that way. With can, it's either you're asking for permission or you're being granted permission. With can, you're asking or you're granted permission. And can oftentimes, it's formal. It's a formal form. It's informal, I'm sorry. Can oftentimes is informal. Can oftentimes is informal. For example, can I use the bathroom, please? Can I use your bathroom, please? You see, can is either asking or being granted or given permission. I told us that can could be informal. For example, can I use your bathroom, please? That is asking for permission. That's a can. Oh. You can leave now. Oh, you can leave now. You can leave. That's a permission. Oh, you can leave now. Can I use your bathroom? Sure, you can. That's a permission granted. Sure, you can. That's a permission granted. What about another one? Could. 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 The difference with can and could is that can either ask and can either give for permission. But with could, you can only ask. You can only ask. And with could, it's much more formal and courteous. And courteous. With could, it's oftentimes just always asking. You cannot grant permission with could. You can only give permission. For example, could I ask you something? That's much more polite. That's much more courteous. That's a formal way. Could I ask you something? Could I ask you something? Could I interrupt, please? Could I add in, please? Could I add in? You see that in a much more formal scene, you can use could. In a much more informal, you can use can.
Jana together with son manga jangale gita do bushe do faywa nge elef to tolo chi exam linga sala am the fita mugen